So the content today is what are partner visas and what are the subclasses? So firstly, partner visas fall under family migration, and they form quite a large percentage of the family migration stream. So people that are wanting to migrate to Australia to come and live with their partner or spouse. So if you're in Australia, there are two types of visas. And now the first one is the subclass 820. This is a temporary visa that you'll first apply for. It will lead directly through to the subclass 801, which is your permanent visa application. So in order to apply for that, you do need to be in the country. And this is the first step towards your permanent partner, subclass 801. One thing I wanted to bring up quite quickly is I know that some of you may be aware that there are some changes to the partner visa program that were due to be implemented in November. As of today, they are yet to be put into legislation. It is expected that it will happen in November. So potentially from the 13th of November onwards, we may see a change in the way that partner visas processed. The main things that will change will be that there will be an English language requirement that will be brought in for both the sponsor and for the partner. So this will be functional English, which equates to an IELTS score of 4.5 roughly. Or you can also be exempted from that through other factors such as country or passport that you hold, education that you may have done in English, and also if you've undertaken some English lessons once you are in the country. The second part, which will impact people that are onshore, will be the requirement for the sponsorship application to be lodged first. At the moment, we lodge everything together and then they're assessed together at that concurrently. The new change would be that the sponsorship application, so this is the Australian sponsor, would need to be lodged first. That needs to be assessed and approved before we would then be able to continue on with the visa application. But as I've said, this is not in line at the moment. It will come in later towards the end of this month, potentially. We'll let you know as soon as we hear any new changes to that.
But Tamara, with proposed changes, how else do you think it will impact the applications? Is it like a longer processing time?
Sure. So I'm not able to answer how long it will take for that to be done. I would expect, yes, it will impact the processing time because you'll be waiting for a sponsorship application to be approved first. One thing that it will definitely impact is if you are already in Australia on a visa, potentially a visitor's visa, for example, those visas are granted generally for 3 months, 6 months, maybe 12 months maximum. So you will need to ensure that you hold a valid visa throughout this processing time for a sponsorship until such time as we're able to submit your actual personal partner visa application. So when it comes to that, we would work through the timing with you and sort of work out how long we think it may take and what steps you would need to do to ensure that you remain lawful while you're in Australia. Great. So as we continue on, we'll move through to the next slide. Okay, so there is an option to apply for a partner visa if you're not in Australia as yet. Again, it's split into two. You've got a provisional or temporary subclass 309, and then that is the first step towards moving through to a partner permanent subclass 100. The most important things to note there is that this particular subclass requires that you're offshore when you apply, and you also need to be there at the time of approval.